Welcome to Inland Empire Alive, bringing you issues, events, and perspectives from throughout San Bernardino and Riverside counties. I'm David Brady, and on today's show you'll meet Nikki Detman, who leads the Making Hope Happen Foundation, an organization devoted to uplifting San Bernardino's young learners. That's today on Inland Empire Alive. Well, joining me now from the Making Hope Happen Foundation is its CEO, Nikki Detman. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
This organization is devoted to uplifting San Bernardino, and in particular, its young people. Talk to me about how the organization got started and its mission.
Well, the organization initially got started back in 1986 as the San Bernardino Community and School Alliance. Two junior high school principals decided that they wanted to bridge a connection between the school community and the business community, figuring they were educating the future workforce. And that primarily came about through scholarships. And so through the years, through different changes in San Bernardino, economic ups and downs, the foundation or the organization kind of fizzled a little bit. And so in 2016, under new school district leadership, that organization rebranded as the Making Hope Happen Foundation.
Let's talk a little bit about the concept of hope. You know, that might seem like a very ambiguous term to sort of build an organization around, but it's a really significant part of your identity. Talk to me about the meaning behind offering hope to young people.
Absolutely. So the name of the foundation really comes from a book from Dr. Shane Lopez, Making Hope Happen. And his research talks about hope as an indicator of success. The school district really looked at what can help students become successful outside of just those traditional things that happen within the classroom. How do they feel about themselves? How do they feel about their community? And hope is a true indicator of success. So the foundation really focuses on what can we do to inspire students, to uplift them, to make them feel like that there is hope, because when they feel hopeful, it translates into how they feel about themselves, how they feel about school, the effort they put into their schoolwork, and the effort they put in their community. So that's a huge focus for us in the work that we do.
Well, we know that with illness and with wellness, hope and positive thinking, has such a huge outcome on making people recover or, persevere. In terms of its mission, talk to me about some of the things that you focus on. I know you've got 4 pillars that kind of underpin a lot of your efforts.
Right, so we have 4 pillars. Our primary pillar is scholarships. That's what the initial organization was founded on. When students succeed, we want to give them that opportunity to continue their education, and so scholarships have been our primary pillar since day one. Secondly, is our Carnick Infant Toddler Success Program, where we focus on the 0 to 5 age group, where we want to help parents help their students, their young children, become successful, be prepared for school, but also recognize that parents need support. The biggest indicator of child abuse is parental stress. And so through our Kids Club, we provide a safe space for parents to come. They do yoga, they do art activities, they're able to talk to therapists so that they can really be the best individuals they can be to be the best parents to support their children. We also have the pillar called Innovation in Education, and that's sort of our pillar where we work with school districts and businesses who, outside of traditional funding, because if you know school funding, it's very strict. And so we find ways to help students in those non-traditional ways. For example, when COVID hit, everyone had to do remote learning. So everyone was sent home. If you've got 3 kids and everyone's on a tablet trying to learn, and all the noise.
Or a phone in some cases.
Exactly. So we partnered with San Manuel, and we were able to get earbuds for students where parents couldn't afford them. So those are things that we do with Innovation in Education. And then we also have Uplift San Bernardino, which is our collective impact initiative with over 60 partners, where we look at how we can transform and change San Bernardino in areas of housing, workforce development, clean energy. And so we really want to make an impact on our community as a whole. We're proud that about 90% of our staff lives, works, born, went to school in San Bernardino, we believe in investing in our community, and so we do that with our staff as well.
Well, you touched on this a minute ago, that investing in young people, young learners, is investing in the community. It's
Absolutely.
investing in the health and the future of the community. Tell me a little bit about how you came to this organization and how you came to this type of work.
Well, I was a very involved parent in the school district. I'm a San Marino native, born and raised, grew up on the west side of San Bernardino. And I was an involved parent, and so the foundation at the time was run by the community and public relations director for the school district, Jinder Ontiveros. And so just from being an involved parent, I was involved with the district, and she asked if I would consider serving on the board of the Making Hope Happen Foundation back in 2017. As soon as I learned about the mission of the organization, I said absolutely. As the organization grew and they found that they needed to have a separate, standalone CEO, I immediately applied for the job. Being a San Marino native, being a girl who grew up very poor, who wondered how my parents were going to send me to college, scholarships were the only way I was able to go. And it was teachers at San Marino City Unified Schools who encouraged me, who saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, that allowed me to go to UC Berkeley and to come back. And I wanted to come back and give to San Bernardino. So this is my dream job. This is where I need to be. I want to inspire a kid like me who felt like they had no hope and be able to have them live beyond their wildest dreams.
We'll be back with more from Nikki Detman, the CEO of the Making Hope Happen Foundation, after these messages.
The City of San Bernardino has implemented a new low-cost sidewalk vending program in hopes of expanding opportunity for community members to start sidewalk vending safely and lawfully. We want everyone to have access to the economic benefits that sidewalk vending brings, but we want to make sure that our sidewalk vendors know the do's and don'ts when it comes to our city. We must make sure that vendors are keeping our residents safe by following general health and safety standards and by following all city rules. Like, did you know to legally sidewalk vend in the City of San Bernardino, you'll need a seller's permit? What about the $1 million general liability insurance that you are required to have? Don't let this scare you. When all is said and done, the cost of the annual permit will either be $64 or $154. We want to help in every way we can when it comes to vendors lawfully running and growing their small businesses. But those who operate without the proper permits can and will be cited. Citations can run anywhere from 100 to a misdemeanor, and repeated violations can result in the confiscation of items needed to sidewalk vend. We do not want this to be you. So, if you have any questions or concerns regarding the new sidewalk vending program, please call us at 909-384-5035, where staff will help you navigate your way to becoming a safe and permitted vendor in our city.
Well, I'm talking with Nikki Detman, the CEO of the Making Hope Happen Foundation, which is based right here in San Bernardino.
That's right.
We're talking about the importance of offering hope to young people. You have a unique perspective as a parent who, witnessed the effect it had not only of yourself, your children. What are some of your greatest successes in the time that you've been with the organization? What are the things that make you proudest?
Well, I think what makes me most proud is when we award our scholarships. We've been very fortunate over the past couple years that I've been CEO. We've been able to give out well over $350,000 every year in scholarships. And one of the best things that I get to do as the CEO, and as well as some of our board members, is we go to the scholarship ceremonies at the high schools, and we get to meet these kids, and we get to hear their stories, and just the impact that these scholarships have on their lives is just really tremendous. The stories that we hear, the challenges that these kids face, and really it goes back to hope. The hope that they now have because they've been supported in this way. Our scholarships are primarily funded through local entities, whether it's San Manuel, who's been a tremendous funder over the years, Loma Linda University, Cal State San Bernardino, lots of local private donors who support us. they get to see that your community supports you and backs you, and it's such a tremendous thing. It's just really, really a wonderful, wonderful gift.
Let's talk a little bit about how can people help. Obviously, organizations like this, live and die on the strength of donations and the support that they get from the community. For people who are seeing this segment and want to contribute, want to play a part, how can they help you?
Well, we would love the help. So as much as we love giving out and that number of scholarships, we get about 400 students that apply, but we can only award about 120 each year. My goal would be to award a scholarship to every student that applies. So the way that they can help is they could go to our website, makinghope.org, and there's a link on there where they could donate to any of our programs, whether it's scholarships, they could support that. They could support our KIDS program, again, the Carnegie Infant Toddler Success Program. That program, we give out books. We believe in early literacy. We believe in that foundation. We tell our families we want to get your kids in KIDS in the beginning, get them some books, get them reading. And then when they get to 12th grade, we want to hand them a scholarship. So we believe in supporting our families from beginning to end. So if you want to support families, go to makinghope.org and donate.
You talked about this a little earlier, but tell me a little bit more about the embrace that the community has had for your efforts. That this is a local organization. It is local donations that are making this happen, and that's a real key difference. These aren't big foundations, on the other side of the country that are just writing anonymous checks. These are people that can see the difference right there in their own cities.
I think that's what makes it important is that it's a true community effort. So many of our donors are local. We do go for grants. We have amazing grantors like Kaiser that have been supportive of us. Bank of America, we were very fortunate a year ago to get the Bank of America Neighborhood Builders Grant, which is huge. But it's also the small donors. And I'm going to share a story with you. We had a student, excuse me, who was one of our scholarship recipients, who was someone who desperately needed that scholarship to go to college. She graduated from San Gorgonio High School, went to University of Redlands, straight A student, and was about to graduate. And we had received a donation, and I get an email notification whenever we get an online donation. It was a $5 donation, and I looked at the name, and I'm like, I know this name, I know this name. And I was trying to figure it out, and I'm like, it's a scholarship recipient. Donated while she was still in college, who was still struggling in college, by the way. And the fact that she believed so much in the organization that supported her, that with her very limited dollars, she turned around and gave back. That's philanthropy. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to have a lot of money. You have to have a heart for giving. And that, for me, really showed, one, how wonderful and caring our community is, but the power of giving. When we give, we inspire others to give. And when we did receive a grant and we had a position open up in our organization and she applied, I'm very proud to say that she works for our organization now and she's doing a tremendous job. And that's what hope is. And that's what this collective work of this community really means. So when people give, it's the scholarship, it's the ability to come back and have someone start their career. It's just so much bigger than, oh, well, here's a few bucks that I'm going to give to a nonprofit.
And I'll never know, where it
exactly.
went or how,
you know exactly where your dollars go when you donate to Making Hope Happen.
That idea of paying it forward must be very, very rewarding to know
Absolutely.
that not only have you helped, one person, but that person is now inspired to help someone else and sort of lend a hand.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful thing to give when you don't have a lot. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful gift. And I will never forget that because it means that's how impactful. And that's because the people of San Bernardino gave.
Well, I want to make sure we give out the web address again. The organization is the Making Hope Happen Foundation. You can reach them online at makinghope.org. You can call them at 909-245-1454. Nikki, thank you so much for being on the program and all the best to you.
Thank you so much.
Visit iealive.com.